القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Salam Alykum. Be sure to download your free implementation workbook. We go through it step by step. All the videos correspond with it. We have laid it out very strategically so you can master Quranic Tajweed and Quranic Mastery and implement it while you go along. Okay, so be sure to download this and it will help you on your journey. It's free to download. The link should be in the description. Salam Alykum.
Let's now continue the videos on the stopping or on the end of words. And we have already gone through a sukun al-mahd, which is the original sukun. We have gone through a rom, which is the one with the stopping with the dhamma kasra. And we have gone through al-ishmam, which is the stopping on the dhamma. And we have also gone through other rules which refer to al-rom or al-ishmam, and more specifically the ha dhamir. So now let's look at al-hadhf. The al-hadhf means to delete. Al-hadhf means just to delete. So that's the definition. So the deletion refers to three types of stops in Hafs and Asim. So the deletion refers to three types of stops in Hafs and Asim. So the final noon, number one, the final noon which is in the tanween is deleted when stopping. Now we have taken a lot of examples of this. We already know that when we are stopping on the fathatain, dhammatain or kasratain, the thing with the fathatain is that you turn it into alif. The thing with the dhammatain and kasratain is that you remove it completely and you turn it into a sakin. Okay, so we are deleting the final noon sound. An, un, in, in all cases we are deleting the noon sound. So this is also the category of sukun al-mahd. The difference between a sukun al-mahd only applies to the dhammatain and kasratain, while the deletion also applies to the fathatain too. Because when you're doing fathatain, we turn it into an alif, the last one. So for example, raqiba, we don't say raqib, we say raqiba, but still the final noon is not being said. So that's why this al-hadhf is in this section. Number two is the lengthening of the waw and the ya is dropped when reading ha al-dhamir. So when we have rabbihi, the ya is here, and innahu, the waw is there. If we're stopping on these words, if we're stopping on rabbih, this final ya is being deleted. And if we're stopping on inna, then this waw is being deleted. So we are deleting the madsila sughra, the ya or the waw. And number three, the final one is the final ya in the word atani is dropped in one of the opinions of Shāṭibiyya in Surah An-Naml. So in Surah An-Naml we have one of the opinions where if we are stopping on this word, then we will delete the ya, like فَمَا آتَانِ. So we're not reading the ya here. But of course there's a second one which you can do. You can use the ya, was فَمَا آتَانِ. So the deletion applies to the one when of course we are not reading the ya. And let's have a look at the last case. The last case is of course al-ibdaal. Al-ibdaal refers to two cases. Al-ibdaal just means to substitute, to change. So the substitution applies to cases when stopping at the end of these kinds of words. Number one, to substitute the fathatain to an alif when stopping. So of course we have already taken that when there is a fathatain and we're stopping on this word, then we delete the noon on the last part and we turn it into alif. So if we are stopping here, we binaa, firasha, huda. So we are substituting the actual tanween for a fatha, for an alif, excuse me. Number two is to substitute the ta, the round ta, to a ha when stopping. So the ta marbuta turns into a ha ta'nith. After substituting, only a sukoon mahd will be applied. There's no rom or al-ishmam on ta marbuta. So we are substituting ni'matun. If we are stopping it, we're substituting this ta into this ha, and we are saying ni'mah, ni'mah. So this completes the lesson on stopping at the end of the words. I'm sure you can see that you can really have a lot of fun in your recitation. You can have a lot of your recitation will never be boring, because just by reading الشاطبية, the طريقة of الشاطبية, then there are so many different intricacies of the rules and options that you have when you are reciting, that it really becomes enjoyment, and it, full of, not only full of blessing and reward, but also very fulfilling as well, because you can always, maybe one day you want to read with qasr of Hadhf with sukun, one day you want to do al-mahad with it, sukun al-mahad, the next day you want to read with aram, and the next day you want to read with al-ishmam, and the next day, for example, you're reading the mad lazim with med 6 harakat tul al-ishba' or ishba', but then the next day you want to read it with tasheel. One day you want to read Surah An-Naml with the ya, and one day you want to read it without the ya. So there's many different options that you have, and it's truly by knowing the rules that you can, and practicing that with your recitation, with your teachers, that you can actually have a lot of fun in your recitation. And the more enjoyment you have in something, of course, the more you will do it as well. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make you of those people who enjoy reciting the Quran and reap its rewards and benefits, inshallah.
If you enjoyed this video, guys, please like this video so we know you enjoy it, as we can make more. Please write a comment and tell us what you thought about the lesson. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe now. Jazakallah. Salam Alykum.